Hey everyone, Carl with Littleroot Laddering, bringing you the start of Gen 4 week here for Series 8. I'm starting off this week with Palkia, Palkia being the Space Pearl mascot, whatever you want to call it. Water Dragon type here. Interesting typing because we remove our Ice weakness, but we're still weak to Dragon and Fairy. We also remove almost all of Water's weaknesses in Grass and Electric. The cool thing here about Palkia is we're just so dang bulky, and we have 150 base special attack that Dynamaxing this thing almost feels like a win every game. Protect, Earth Power, Spatial Rend, and Hydro Pump here are our movesets here. Earth Power so we can hit problematic Regieleki, and we get special defense boosts, because a lot of the things that are going to be hitting us super effectively are special attackers. Spatial Rend here is just crit, drag, and stab. It's 100 base power and 95% accuracy with a high crit ratio. So it still is the same as like a Draco Meteor when it comes to Dynamaxing it, but outside of that, it's okay. Could be Draco Meteor in that slot. Depends on what you want to do with it. And the last slot here is Hydro Pump, just the strongest water move we have. To pair with Palkia, we have this kind of pseudo-rain theme here of Raichu, Politoed, and Kartana. Politoed here sets the drizzle sets rain with Drizzle, has Scald and Icy Wind to speed control, Helping Hand to help us pick up KOs. This is a fairly bulky set with Citrus Berry. I know a lot of people have navigated away from berries thanks to Calyrex having a nerve and whatever its horse ability is to kind of turn off berries. But I think running one berry on your team is still fine, especially since something like Politoed really wants that berry. Raichu here is Lightning Rod just to keep Politoed and our Moltres safe from electric attacks. Carrying the Focus Sash here because we expect to get hit because we're not carrying Protect. Eerie Impulse to hit opposing special attackers and help our Palkia survive a little bit longer. Nuzzle for speed control, Fake Out to stop any shenanigans on turn 1. And Volt Switch is our stab electric type attack to get us out when we need to. Kartana here is the end of the rain part of the team, and then we get into the other part of the Dynamax part of the team. Kartana can Dynamax on this team. It is carrying the Assault Vest. Leaf Blade, Sacred Sword, Smart Strike, Aerial Ace. This is standard Kartana. Moving away from Rain and into the rest of the team here, we have Incineroar with Intimidate and Safety Goggles. Amoonguss has gone back up in popularity, meaning Safety Goggles is all that more important. Snarl, Flare Blitz, Fake Out, Parting Shot. This is, again, a bulky Incineroar set. Goal is to Intimidate and Snarl and Parting Shot out and just be as disruptive as possible. And we have Flare Blitz to deal a little bit of damage when we need to. Last on this team is a Moltres, Galarian Moltres to be specific, with a weakness policy. Our Raichu can trigger it for us with a Volt Switch, but that's about it. Fire Wrath and Hurricane, notably Hurricane becomes 100% accurate in the rain. Taunt to stop any kind of Trick Room or other follow me nonsense that we might have a problem with later on down the line, and Protect just because outside of Dynamax, Moltres needs to be protected at all costs. This is not the bulkiest set in the world, so having Protect on it is a must instead of a nasty plot in that spot. But yeah, I played a little bit with it early on, and I couldn't find any Series 8 teams to play against. I was still finding all Series 7. But this team feels solid. It's not the strongest thing in the world because there's much more powerful things than Palkia. Kyogre immediately comes to mind. Zacian comes to mind. Groudon. Yveltal. Yveltal can be pretty powerful. Dialga is insanely powerful compared to Palkia. So yeah, definitely there's more powerful things you could be doing than playing with Palkia, but I wanted to play with Palkia because the other Carter's playing with the other Gen 4 legendaries this week. So I wanted to keep with the theme. But yeah, let's get into some games here. Hopefully we can find some Series 8 teams this time around and not a bunch of Series 7 wannabes. All right, we're up against Reshiram, another of the dragon Pokemon it's not weak to ice. This one's not weak to fairy or steel. A lot of its weaknesses are only to dragon. And what's cool is it's just Palkia answers this really well. The one downside is if we hit this thing and we don't knock it out, this is likely weakness policy. So we'll probably have a problem with that later on. But we get to reduce a lot of its fire damage with Politoed. So we have that going for us. Looks like Carter just hopped online. Don't tell him I'm recording right now. Regieleki's also a problem. They're locked in already. Okay. Regieleki... Raichu almost has to come because Regieleki just turns it off. Landorus. Don't really care about Landorus with Palkia. I think I bring Moltres Raichu at the start. Bring Palkia in the back. Kartana to deal with Incineroar and Primarina. And Urshifu doesn't sound terrible. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm super punished if the lead is like Lando Primarina, because then they just double into Moltres and don't care about Raichu at all. That being said... Okay, cool. This is the lead I wanted to see. I wanted to see Reshiram Urshifu, or like Urshifu and something. Raichu gets to Nuzzle. And we can just get an Airstream off here. We could just go for the Eerie Impulse. I don't hate that plan. Yeah, let's go for Eerie Impulse on the Reshiram and Airstream into the Urshifu. Either we're bigger than we're faster than Reshiram, or they aren't going big at all, which is fine. Going big here early means Moltres gets to pick up a few early KOs, and if we can make this Reshiram obsolete, then that'd be great too. Expecting Protect? Nope, no Protect. Okay. So we get the Eerie Impulse off onto the Reshiram here, putting it at -2 special attack. Close Combat's not going to do as much as you think it's going to. And now Urshifu, if it's not Sash, is definitely going down. Like, Sash is the only way you survive. You're Sash. Okay. Which is fine. Now we can max Darkness into Reshiram. Reshiram's going to Earth Power. I wonder if this knocks out still. It doesn't even get close. Okay. Life Orb. Okay, so there's no problem with the policy there. That's fine. I think Urshifu protects. And I think I just blow up the Reshiram here, get Berserk triggered. This sounds like a fine plan, honestly. They're going to Sucker Punch. That's going to take out Raichu, unfortunately. Which is fine. We're going to max Darkness off into this Reshiram. Putting it at about half and getting a special defense drop here, which is good. Next turn we can go for the Airstream. Pick up the Reshiram. Blue Flare. That's going to trigger Berserk, so that's good for me. I think I send out Palkia. And I think I get an Airstream off into this Reshiram. And we just Earth Power the Urshifu. Yeah, that seems fine. We get a speed boost here. Yeah, you can Sucker Punch me all you want. It's not very effective. We're going to Airstream into Reshiram, pick up the KO here. At -1, this is almost guaranteed to pick up the KO at that range. Get Moltres to +2. So we get the double knockout here, which is great. Get the Earth Power into Urshifu and take it out. Bah. They have their Gigantamax, their Dynamax still, but their legendary's gone. So whatever they Dynamax here needs to be faster than +2 Moltres and not be weak to Kartana. There's Incineroar, which is fine. Intimidate doesn't bother me any. And Lando. They likely max the Landorus here. We're all special attackers, though, so these Intimidates mean nothing to us, which is great. Expecting a Fake Out and a Max Rock Ball into the Moltres. So Fiery Wrath, and they're likely going to Fake Out into the Palkia here. But if they don't, then I want to be able to hit this Landorus. I think we go for the Hydro Pump either way. If they fake us out, cool. If they don't, cool. Yep, there's the Dynamax onto the Landorus, most likely. Could be Dynamax and Incineroar. That's something that's was a thing before. Nope, going Landorus. Specifically because Landorus just like deals so well with Moltres on the other side. Fake Out into the Palkia, as expected. Should have protected, but it's fine. Has significant damage on that Landorus. Like, Landorus is going to Rock Fall into the Moltres, probably. So that would do. No, into the Palkia. That's not going to take out Palkia. That's not going to do what you wanted it to do. Definitely not. That means I get another attack with Moltres. And Incineroar's going to take some more chip, which is fine. We Fire Wrath again, and I think I just go for the Hydro Pump again into Landorus. Now that there's no Fake Out from this Incineroar, the threat is very low, especially since Landorus went for Rock Ball into Palkia, and it just didn't do enough, nowhere near enough. Fiery Wrath, going to put Landorus under half. Hydro Pump Connect? Yeah, that's going to pick up Landorus, no problem. And then probably just a Flare Blitz into Moltres. No, it got flinched. Oh, that's... I don't know if that was important because Kartana's in the back and can just take it out, but that's actually kind of like... actually good. That's actually good. So I think we just... Fiery Wrath again, and we Earth Power now, and just so we don't miss. And I think we pick up this Incineroar KO here. Battle is probably going to end here. Oh, nope, they're just going to let us have the win. Okay. There's the berry. Put it up just above where it was at, and then we're going to Earth Power. And pick up the KO. Sweet. And Palkia lives! Nice. Good first game. Definitely showed off what Moltres can do for the team here. Having a Dynamax set that's not Palkia all the time is a very good thing. Building around restricteds can be a little bit scary. So being able to do other things outside of I'm going to Dynamax X restricted Pokemon because that's what my team is built to do is just a good strategy to have. Let's see here. Life Orb. Fairly bulky set, actually, looking at it. It's like a max HP kind of speedy 124 specifically. I don't know what that gets through. Regieleki. Very interesting. Very interesting spread there. I don't care about the rest of that. They all seem to be not genuine Pokemon. So let's move on to the next one. All right, we have a Calyrex Ice team Kartana is the answer I have for Calyrex Ice specifically. Moltres also works because it hits on the special defensive side. Trick Room Setter is Mimikyu, which can be taunted by Moltres, which is also fine. So yeah, I think our lead here is Incineroar Moltres. Bring Raichu in the back. Kartana doesn't deal with a whole lot. Palkia doesn't care about Inteleon too much, but I don't think they bring Inteleon here with seeing Kartana and Raichu. I think their lead is likely going to be Mimikyu and Pheromosa, or Mimikyu and like Regieleki to set screens so they don't go down. So yeah, I think that's what we're doing. We're gonna bring this Palkia in the back. I think Palkia hits Cinderace. It hits Regieleki. It hits everything else with Dragon Stab, and there's the only thing it can't hit was Mimikyu, so we have to watch for a switch in on that. Yeah, this is fine. I think this is a Dynamax Palkia game still, instead of a Dynamax Moltres game. So we'll probably just do Taunt the Mimikyu so it can't Trick Room in front of us. Calyrex Pheromosa. Okay, so we just taunt the Ice Rider then. Or we can just fake it out. This actually might end up being a Dynamax Moltres game because we get to fake out the Ice Rider unless it Dynamaxes. And if it does, then we Parting Shot. I think this Calyrex Dynamax is here. It almost has to, and they try to speed swap with Pheromosa. So we have to fake out here. And I think we have to Dynamax and hit this Calyrex. This is a bad spot to be in because Calyrex just beats up the team. So I feel like I have to I'm like forced to Dynamax here because I can't switch out in front of it because they'll just speed swap it and then it just takes over the game anyway. So we'll see what my opponent is doing here. If they Dynamax Calyrex, we're in trouble. If I called it correctly and they don't, then we're fine. They did not Dynamax Calyrex. Did they protect? Yeah, okay. So we get the special defense drop, which is fine. I should have max aired into Pheromosa instead, but getting the special defense drop is good. Even through Protect, that still does a ton of damage. How bulky this thing is, I am impressed that did that much damage. Okay. Weakness policy? Yep, you got it. They are most likely going to attack the Moltres spot this turn. So I think this is a free switch into Raichu and a max guard turn. Do I think I survive one max Hailstorm? I do not at +1. I don't think I do. So we're going to max guard. They're going to Dynamax Calyrex probably. We're going to get Raichu out. They're going to Dynamax and Speed Swap most likely. Yep. So getting Raichu out here means that we can nuzzle the Calyrex. Because they most likely are attacking the Moltres slot. And then I hope in the attempt to actually pick up a KO against it. They could have attacked the Incineroar slot, which is fine as well. there is a speed swap. Not happening today. Got it. Cool. Okay, and then we swap out into Incineroar. No, we don't. Not that slot. We nuzzle and we swap into Incineroar. So they're gonna go to back to neutral after the weakness policy. Weakness policy is gonna be pretty much nullified there, which is good. Incineroar takes an ice type attack really well. And we're gonna get the nuzzle off into this Calyrex afterwards. There is no protect, sorry. Max Quake. Okay, so they went for the Raichu. This is fine. This is fine. They're back to neutral special defense now. And they're back to +1 attack. I think I send out Palkia. Pheromosa is likely to protect here. I'm going to protect with Palkia, and we're going to swap out into Moltres. Them accurately predicting that I'm going to swap was a good one. Was a good call on them. Focusing the Raichu there was really good by my opponent. Go Moltres. They used Feint on the Palkia. I forgot that it had Feint. I didn't think they would Feint because they had the Fake Out. Hailstorm into Palkia, into Moltres. This is gonna hurt. Yeah. I think we've lost this one just because I couldn't get a setup on Calyrex here. The protect into making me max guard because they had speed swap just means I couldn't actually do anything. Here comes Incineroar again. The thing here is Incineroar back out here again means they're only at +1. So that's good for us, in a sense. Yeah, we just clap the horse here. And we take out this Pheromosa, no problem. With the high crit chance, got that crit roll. Good job. I don't know if that crit mattered because Pheromosa is not very bulky, but it was at neutral. It was neutral special defense again after the Max Quake, so it might have mattered. There's the Mimikyu, likely going to set Trick Room here. Hoping for a decent crit here. And we're going to Snarl. High horsepower at +1 definitely takes us out here. Yeah. Now they go to +2, and this is why Calyrex is just annoying. Mimikyu is expected to be faster than my Palkia, noted. High crit. Oh, we're so close. I think if we got the crit there, we picked it up, and then we just lose the Mimikyu anyway. But, yeah. Yeah, getting them correctly predicting the swap on Moltres and taking out the Raichu there was clutch. Had I swapped out into Incineroar and got the Intimidate off on the Raichu instead, I think Incineroar would have lived that hit, and Moltres would have attacked into the Calyrex and probably taken it out. But yeah, it happens. Just learning how things work. I didn't realize that Pheromosa had Faint either, so that was a problem. But yeah, let's get one more in. All right, the dreaded Yveltal. Notably, I actually have a decent matchup against Yveltal, just because, like, I have Raichu on the team. I have 2 Dark Pokemon that can take advantage of the Dark Aura boost. Incineroar has Snarl, so it kind of weakens Yveltal. There is a Tapu Bulu on this team, which is interesting. I'm assuming it's just like a grassy terrain setter to protect against the Comfey. With that being said, I think Dynamaxing Palkia here is the correct choice in this game. I think I bring Kartana to deal with Regice. And I think I want Incineroar to make Bulu kind of obsolete here. Incineroar also just checks Cinderace really well. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do there. Notably, if they lead Comfey Yveltal, this is fine. Raichu is faster than Comfey, so its +3 triage Draining Kiss will be stopped by my Fake Out because I am faster. As long as it's not Scarf. Cinderace Whimsicott. Okay, so here's the cool thing, what we're going to get to see here. Palkia is going to just blow him up. We get to do the clap thing here, and we get to do the Dynamax thing here, and we get to blow them up. We get to blow up the Cinderace. We can see if the Whimsicott is eject button or not. That's been a thing that's been happening lately because Fake Out is a thing. They've been running eject buttons, so when they get Fake Outed, they get to swap into something else, and you don't lose a ton of momentum. Then leading Cinderace is actually really good for us because we know it's here. We can play around it now with our Kartana. This could be U-turn Cinderace. They're not Dynamaxing it, which is fine. They could be expecting to go fast, but then we just get the Fake Out off. No Tailwind. Cinderace Gunk Shot. Going to be a poison type. Gunk Shot into the Raichu. Focus Sash, keeping us healthy here. No poison. Good. Max Geyser into this Cinderace. I don't know if the Cinderace tanks this. It does not. That is the answer to this question. It doesn't. So now, what do we do? Now, what do we do? What does my opponent do now? Yveltal. Yep. There's Yveltal. I think I'm going to save Raichu, go into Incineroar, and we're going to get a Max Quake off into Whimsicott to get a special defense boost here. pull Raichu out, keep it alive a little bit longer, because they're likely going Tailwind plus Oblivion Wing or Tailwind plus Max Darkness into that slot just to pick up the KO. Yep, there's the Dynamax. Dream Ball Yveltal. That's cool. That is cool. Not a shiny bacon burb, but it's fine. Gonna set Tailwind? No, gonna set Light Screen. Okay. That's interesting. Gonna max Darkness into Palkia. It's gonna do a chunk, and it's gonna put us at -1 special defense, but my Max Quake into this Whimsicott is gonna put us back up to +1. So this is fine. So we're back to neutral. Essentially neutral. I'm thinking I'm just going to click Snarl here, and I think I want to click Geyser into the Yveltal slot. As my last turn. Yeah. You can't prankster the dark type, dude. I correctly called that they weren't going to go for Max Dark into Palkia again, which is good. Like, they needed to set up Airstreams because I don't think this Whimsicott has Tailwind. They would have done it. So this is a rain-boosted Max Geyser behind Light Screen. It's not going to do a ton, but that's a chunk. That is a chunk. I'll take it. And then Snarl's going to put him at -1. So now they're faster, but I think I live the next one. And we do it again. I think I protect Palkia here because they'll likely just go double into Palkia here. I'm assuming Whimsicott has a fairy type move that it might try to take out with it. Get the protect off. Energy Ball. Yep. Some kind of move to attack the Palkia. Max Darkness is likely into Palkia. Yeah. Gonna try and lower our special defense again. So they're gonna get this to -1, but they're gonna be at -2 special attack on the Yveltal hopefully after this. So it won't matter too terribly much. Hit them both. Yeah, we do. Cool. So they only got 1 speed boost, which is good. Only got 1 speed boost. We're at -1. I think what we do now... I think we just spatial run this Yveltal. Out comes the Whimsicott. This is fine. In comes the Comfey. Comfey's going to try and Floral Healing here. Double team. Interesting. Gonna try and raise their evasiveness so they can just deal as much damage as possible. Unfortunately, I still hit them with the Spatial Rend. I don't know if Yveltal survives this. It does not. Got the crit too. High rolling. Just rolling them high. I think I needed that crit there as well. Gonna Snarl. Put Comfey at -1, I guess. The rain is now over. I now know that they have Whimsicott, Comfey is all that's left, so Kartana gets to clean up house here. Yeah, this is fine. Gonna Snarl again. I'm just gonna protect, just to see what this Comfey does. Comfey could go for Draining Kiss into Incineroar, which would be neutral damage, or try to go Draining Kiss into Palkia, which would be maxed, which would be super effective damage. So either way, this just protects my hedge against everything. Yeah. There's the Tailwind, finally. Which, I don't think that matters. Your Comfey's at +3 priority with all of its attacks. And then you're faster than everything I have. So yeah, I don't think that matters. Light screen's gone now, which is fine. I think it's time to let Palkia go down. I think it's time for let Palkia to go down. Because Whimsicott's going to set light screen again. Palkia goes down. No, Palkia's not going down this game. Apparently not. We're going to get to Earth Power this Comfey. This is an interesting Comfey set. Another crit. This Palkia is just high rolling today. I love it. And we're going to get some more Snarls off. This Comfey is now -3. So I think what we do here, it's going to go back, gain some health back up here, but I think if we just Parting Shot out, I think we can just break this Leech Seed here. Actually, I think we just sack ourselves off to this, and we protect. If they're smart, they'll just attack the Incineroar. Yep. I don't know if that's going to do enough, though, bud. You're -3. Yeah. Energy Ball, that's resisted hit. You're -2. And then Flare Blitz is going to take out my own Incineroar, but I'm going to take this Whimsicott with me. Get out of here. Give me this. Give me this KO. Incineroar didn't go down. Okay. It should go down to Leech Life here. Hopefully. Oh my goodness, we didn't die. So now who do you attack? Do you attack the Incineroar that's going to Flare Blitz you, or do you attack the Palkia that's going to Earth Power you? You attack the Incineroar, that's fine. You can have it. I would have personally attacked the Palkia because Incineroar's Flare Blitz may not have taken me out, and I would have gotten another Leech Seed off of it. Earth Power crit one time. We already used it. Yeah. Tailwind's done. Kartana comes out. Kartana just cleans up here. Kartana cleans house. We'll keep Palkia alive for the videos, memes. Palkia never dies. Keeping Palkia alive. Bopping him. Goodbye, Comfey. GG's. Not a bad showing so far. Did much better than I thought I anticipated this team was going. I figured this team was going to just 0-3 and be a miserable pile. But they actually pulled their weight. I think I've come up with a pretty decent team here. Let's go ahead and jump to the rental code again so you all can see that. Here's the rental code again. Make sure you get a hold of it. I will leave this up for probably a couple weeks, just so everyone has a chance to get a hold of it. By no means is this team perfect, but damn, this is a damn good start. Palkia carried itself fairly well. Our one loss was to Ice Rider, and that's because I just goofed. I just threw the game out the window like turn 1. But Palkia definitely handled itself fairly well, much better than I thought it would. The rain setup here, we never really brought Politoed because Palkia just set its own rain when we needed it, but Politoed definitely comes in against the opposing Groudon teams, against Tyranitar and things like that. Raichu Kartana was pretty good support. Raichu having Eerie Impulse, Volt Switch, Fake Out, all those moves are super important. Incineroar does its job very well too. I know that there is a new speedy Incineroar running around. I think I still like the extra bulk, in my opinion. Moltres was a powerhouse here as well. Moltres, Kartana, Palkia, those are like the really good damage dealers. You could change this Politoed to be like Specs Politoed and be like Scald, Muddy Water, Hydro Pump, and like Ice Beam. You can do that. It's probably fine. So you could have a 4th damage dealer on the team. Because a lot of what Series 8 is going to be is how many of your Pokemon deal damage. Okay, that's how many you probably need to be bringing. It's going to be a very high damage, high bulky format. You need to be able to make sure you get all your KOs. But yeah, if you're interested in playing with it, rental code is on the screen and down below. Make sure you leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Ring the little notification bell for when new videos go up. We're trying to upload videos every day now. At least 1, sometimes 2. I believe I'm playing Palkia again tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you come and join the Discord. Our Discord is where we get all of our sweet teams from and ideas from for laddering videos. That's also where you can join in a Littleroot Rumbles, which there is one this weekend. I believe it is Saturday at 10 a.m. EST is check-in, so we'll have a link somewhere down below, or we'll have a link on the Discord, so because you have to come join the Discord so we can keep track of you all. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Lessons for podcast updates and video updates. Myself at musical_33 and my co-host Carter at CarterNoble25. Make sure you join us on Twitch. Carter streams every once in a while. I stream my Draft League matches when they come up. My Twitch is twitch.tv/musical, and Carter's is twitch.tv/Mr. Missouri25. I think that's everything for today. Make sure you, again, leave a like, comment down below. Comment down below, what's your favorite Gen 4 legend? Palkia, Dialga, or Giratina? I personally like Dialga the most because it's just like Dragon Steel. It's like my favorite typings. It's really cool. Also, just like Master of Time is just a really neat concept. But yeah, make sure you comment down below what's your favorite legendary from Gen 4. And I'll be eagerly awaiting all those comments. Again, thank everyone for watching. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at in the world, and we will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.